The patent system works best when there's clear rules of the road to guide inventors and businesses when they're considering obtaining a patent and protecting the fruits of their labor in research and development. Following a series of Supreme Court cases, though, one critical requirement for obtaining a patent, whether a patent is eligible in the first place for patent protection under 101, has become the opposite of a model of clarity, in my opinion. So I know you stated during your confirmation hearing that you thought that more clarity around Section 101 would be helpful. Do you still think that's true?
I do, Senator Tillis, and you will see that view articulated in the government brief in the Trop and Interactive Wearables case, where we set that forth. You'll also see it in the 2022 report to Congress, where in both of those we articulated that we do need a very predictable, reliable system in order to encourage investment, in order to encourage the fruits of labor that result in innovation, and in order to bring products to market. We need a system that the public can rely upon when they get an IP right.
Can you cite any examples of work that you're in process of or work that you've done to try and help on this issue already within your authority?
So one example is our engagement at the Supreme Court level with the Department of Justice. We work very closely with them on these issues. We are also trying to identify other mechanisms within the judicial system to bring more clarity when it comes to 101 law. In addition to that, the guidance, the 2019 guidance and the additions that we've made under my tenure provides at least some certainty within the United States Patent and Trademark Office in terms of whether somebody's able to obtain a patent. We issued a request for comment on that guidance to receive feedback on whether we should modify that guidance. We have not made a final decision on whether to modify that, but we continue to provide additional training based on cases that we're seeing. But as you may recognize, within our purview, there's only so much that we can do.
What about I have a belief that Congress probably needs to do something too. Do you have any opinion on that? I know you're not telling us how to implement policy, but what sort of enablers or things that we should be thinking about, and anything you may have heard that wouldn't be particularly helpful?
So I want to commend the attention that you've placed on this area of law. To me, it's one of the critical areas that we need more clarity in to really have a more robust economy and to incentivize innovation. As you recognize, if Congress were to step in, you could really impart the clarity that's needed that would take perhaps much longer through other mechanisms.
Mm-hmm. I know you haven't, and it may be a matter of policy, you haven't taken a position on any of the bills that we're proposing, but not necessarily expecting a response here, but I would be very interested in engaging with the office if there are any concerns with it to get to a point to where you all are comfortable that what we're doing on the legislative front is matching with what you believe is an enabler will help us get to where I think we both want to be. I'm going to wait and ask a couple of other questions in a second round, Mr. Chairman, but I did want to reemphasize the counterfeit goods. One of the hearings that just sticks in my mind, I ride mountain bikes, and it's like cars and everything else. Everybody has their preferred products. I happen to use specialized equipment. And I saw a relatively small person take about a 1 foot step in the air and absolutely crush a helmet on that floor. That was counterfeit. I've broken in my mountain biking. I'm better than this may suggest, but I've broken 2 helmets mountain biking. And if it had been one of those helmets, I probably wouldn't have made it. And we need to really do a better job, I think, of educating the American public that whether it's batteries, it's safety equipment, the Chinese are willfully allowing companies to counterfeit products, send them here, sell them at the same price point, and potentially creating life-ending consequences as a result. So I look forward as we have future hearings to shine light on that. I yield back, Mr. Chair.
Thank you, Senator Tillis. Senator Hirono.
Thank you very much, Mr. Chairman. Ms. Vidal, it's good to